Yeah, I wear starters, but not because I seen them coming back, because I decided to wear them, and now they're coming back coincidentally. I'm not saying I'm the reason for that, but.
Relaunching or reintroducing the Starter N.W.A. brand, and Starter has such an emotional attachment to all things pop culture in America, and it's truly a symbol of American sports, but it also is a symbol of a genre of cool.
It's really iconic in that anytime you mention the Satin jacket, people quickly go into their story about the one they used to own and all. We even had somebody go as far as to say they used to steal it, right? Because they couldn't afford it. So it's just really great to have a celebration of the return of something so iconic at such a perfect event like the NBA All-Star Game.
It's a kind of a 360 evolution for me because I was part of Starter's endorsement team way back when I played.
Carl is actually one of the first ever athletes that was endorsed by Starter, so it was kind of only right that it would come back to be a part of what he was doing. He actually had the license for all the leagues, and what we did was we went to him and asked him if he would be willing to transition that business over to Starter, and for him it was a no-brainer because he had such an affection for the brand.
I sat with my design team, and I'm like, it would be really cool if we could bring back some limited edition iconic jackets. So the first one we did was the Axel Foley jacket of the Detroit Lions that Eddie Murphy wore, and it was never produced. And then next in line was the Coming to America pack, where Eddie and Arsenio had the Jets jacket and the Mets jacket on with all the buttons on it. So I went to the NFL and I said, look, if I do this, I really want to make sure no one else can replicate it, so can I have the exclusive? Not only did they give me that, they say, well, what you should do is have a conversation with the folks at Iconix, the owner of the Starter label, and see if there's a bigger conversation. So we had a couple meetings, and I was able to get the license for the Starter brand in all of professional sports.
What we did was we built this product extending from the 80s through the 90s, and really tapping into making it cool with the urban community and the hip-hop culture.
The Chicago Bulls and I say the LA Raiders were two of the most iconic pieces that you would ever see in music videos and everything else.
Straight out of Compton is a crazy brother named Ice Cube from the stupid dope gang with an attitude.
N.W.A, right? Say no more. N.W.A, that Oakland Raiders jacket, that's the iconic moment in music. It was the uniform for how people represented their coast or wherever they were from. That L.A. Raiders jacket, that's Ice Cube, that's N.W.A. It was a really, really big part of how people expressed themselves.
I was talking to Luke, and he still has his Hurricanes satin jacket that was stolen from his closet by DJ Khaled. It was so much of a part of the music culture and just a style culture.
It's sort of like Michael Jackson's music. When you think about Michael Jackson's music, right? Young kids, they love Michael Jackson's music. They never saw him perform, or Michael Jordan as a basketball player. A lot of kids, they consume the brand, but they never saw him play. But I think that the heritage of the brand is bigger than the brand itself, and I think that will always have a place in culture.
We're bringing back the authentic fit of the jacket. We've added things like the cell phone pocket on the inside, which is something back then that didn't exist. We've updated the spec, so the sleeves are a little bit more fitted. This is the way we would do production, where we actually continue the graphic all the way underneath. So instead of stopping, most companies stop, we'll keep it going. The original owner did a great job of building a great business based upon this silhouette, the satin jacket. And it sort of became like our 501 gene, to Levi's, where it just stayed in the line, and we switched it up with graphics and colors, some different trims, anything that we can do to update it, but yet keeping that canvas, that silhouette the same.
You have the opportunity to sort of make your own version of it. So we'll do like a camouflage version of it, or just camouflage sleeves and the body's a different color. So it has so many different permutations of how you can really get this done. We made a limited edition, first ever Brooklyn Nets starter jacket for Beyonce. And then we also made a Houston too, so she's gonna have to make the decision on which one to wear, right?
Because I'm a huge NBA fan and I'm a diehard Knicks fan, I had to rep my Knicks colors on the starter hat. But yeah, you'll see most things that from Athletic Apparel will be representing either via our team product or our starter black label.
When you come out with like a limited edition shoe and it sells out before the doors open, and the next day you're paying twice retail for that same shoe, you know you have something special. And that same thing was existing already with the starter jacket. So we knew that we had something special. It was a no-brainer for us to bring it back.